Customer segments. A company must make a conscious decision about which segment to serve and which segment to ignore. And once this decision is made, then a business model should be designed around a strong understanding of specific customer needs. Let's just take an example of a fast food restaurant. A customer segment for this could possibly be high school or college students. Thus, the business model for a fast food restaurant could be on how to deliver and capture value from the college students. So it would be wasteful for a fast food restaurant to create a marketing campaign to attract customers who expect a Michelin star experience. Value propositions. Now, value proposition is the answer why customers choose one company over another. Well, it is the reason why customers like a certain company. It answers the question as to what value we deliver the selected customer segment or the problems we solve for our customer segment. Now, the value proposition of a product or service may differ for different customer segments. What college students would like, for example, is a cool place for them to study with friends and which provides convenient and clean environment. Customer relationships. The customer relationships describe the types of relationships a customer establishes with specific customer segments. The customer relationship may differ with each of the segment. Customer relationships may be driven by the following objectives. Firstly, is boosting sales. For the fast food restaurant example, this is how we increase our share of wallet within a segment. Secondly, is customer acquisition. For the fast food restaurant example, is how we get more customers. Lastly, is retention. In the fast food restaurant example, this is how we ring-fence customers to keep returning to us. Channels. Channels describe how a company communicates with and reaches its customer segments to deliver a value proposition. It is the touch points that play an important role in creating the customer experience. Well, it is the moment of truth of a company. This is where interaction occurs with a customer, and this can leave a lasting impression for a customer. Now, channels exist prior to purchase, during, and post-purchase. For fast food restaurants, channels are the restaurant itself, the delivery service, or even the pop-up ice cream kiosk. Revenue streams. The revenue streams represent the cash a company generates from each customer segment. A key question is, for what value is each customer segment truly willing to pay, and how would they prefer to pay for the product? Successfully answering that question allows the company to understand the possible revenue streams from each customer segment. There could be multiple of revenue streams for a product. For our fast food restaurant example, revenue for food, ads, toys, and franchise fee. Key activities. The key activities describe the core tasks to be carried out in developing a company's value proposition. These are the most important actions a company must take to operate successfully. They are required not only to create and offer a value proposition, but also to reach markets, maintain customer relationships, and earn revenues. For the fast food restaurant example, the key activities are social media engagement, supply chain management, and development of new promotions. Key resources. The key resources building block describes the most important assets required to make a business model work. Now, what are some assets that are essential to make a business run efficiently? These resources allow a company to create and offer a value proposition, reach markets, maintain relationships with customer segments, and earn revenues. Key resources can be physical, financial, intellectual, or human. Now, back to our fast food restaurant example, resources are their restaurants and their skilled restaurant managers. So what other key resources? Physical resources could be buildings, vehicles, machines, raw goods, etc. What about intellectual? These are brand, proprietary knowledge, patents, partnerships, etc. Human resources are creativity, experience, and so on, while financial resources are their cash, credit, stock, and so on. Key partnerships. The key partnerships describe the network of suppliers and partners that make the business model work. It could also involve government and non-consumer entities. Companies create alliances to optimize their business models, reduce risk, or acquire resources. Partners are important to help the company succeed in areas that would be inefficient for the company to do themselves. Poultry, meat suppliers are an example of key partners for the fast food restaurant. The Health Ministry and Consumer Affairs is also a key partner in the governmental sector. Cost structure. The cost structure describes all costs incurred to operate a business model. This building block describes the most important costs incurred while operating under a particular business model. Costs can be calculated relatively easily after defining key resources, key activities, and key partnerships. For the fast food restaurant, you'll need to take into account both fixed costs, such as building costs, and variable costs, such as food costs and monthly operating costs.